Yeah, my mic got reset on everything. My god. Hi! Hello! Hey guys, can you hear me now? Can you do the here? Hi, Shadow. I thought I was going crazy. No! I updated my computer last night and it fucked with all my sound settings. No, I called my friend this morning too, and like we were having troubles doing everything. It was miserable. How do you want me to put this on? Oh, like this. Yeah, like that, right? Just gonna put it on like that. Is that how it goes? Okay. That's how it goes. Loud and clear. Hell yeah. So, what'd you guys think of the video from earlier? The box video. Where I revealed our fresh boy. Come on. Get in the hole. So shiny! I hate this British person. He just mixed sardines, custard, and marmite in a bowl, and I ate it. And ate what? Why were you watching that? What? Why were you watching that? Why did you do that to yourself? My culinary palate is in pain right now. Yeah, little fucking bit. TikTok. Of course, it's fucking TikTok. So I have decided on this man's color scheme. And it's gonna be rockin' stone. He's gonna be the stoniest boy. We're gonna stone him. Right up. Boss turned into Caddy when it came to the box. Something fresh. Statue Angron. Yeah, cause like the thought of like them summoning, like the thought of like Angron manifesting in like stone in a mountain is pretty cool to me. My god, is my view count fucked too? Did that update like fuck everything on my computer? What the hell? Yeah, it fucked everything. My god. I'll have to go through my whole system to figure out what's going on. That's not fun. Ooh, we got a tail. We got a fucking tail. Got a fucking tail. We got a fucking tail. Oh, that's a very awkward attach. Ooh. Ooh, boss don't like that. Ooh, I don't like that at all. That's a mighty fine, not fun attach. How awkward? Pretty awkward. It's balanced on, here, I'll show you. So it's balanced between that and that. And that's how thick that is, so... I'll make it work. Looks like I'm building a snacky. Snack. Snake. Snake! 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 I'll leave you there for now. So what's next? What's next on the list? Ooh, 13, 14, and 17. 13, 14, and 17. So we just got to find 13. Is that the straight foot? 22, 20, 13. Oh, he's a huffy boy. Oh, so huffy. He's got hoofs, boys, girls, non-binary pals. He's the huffiest boy. Ah! 14. Is that on the other sheet? There it is. Probably get that green thing off my screen so it stops bugging me. Ooh. Oh, that's how that goes on. Okay. Sick. So what are you all doing today? What's going on with you guys? I said there shall be hot takes in the stream, and I meant it. Speak your hot takes. Speak your truth. Holy shit, 11 people. Wow. Fuck. That was fast. Hot take! Let's go! Hot take! Do her up! Give me a hot take! About to have D&D lurk mode active. Oh no! Why is D&D on a Thursday? Why a Thursday? Was it just impossible to have D&D on a different day? 15. Those are arms. I need legs. I need those thighs! I need them thick thighs. Woo. 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 Who has D&D on a Thursday? Side-eyes at Critical Role. Okay, but they're famous. They have an excuse. Excellent. So much blood will be spilled. Probably my blood. Because this is going to take a lot of glue. Woman! One leg done. I think one shot using SCP and D&D would be cool. Ah, yes. Allow me to tell you how that will go. Everyone dies. Everyone dies. Unless it's Euclid. Like the innocent ones. Like the Cum Goblin. Cum Goblin's fun. Y'all don't know about the Cum Goblin. I can't show it on Twitch. The Cum Goblin? That's the good shit. You have not lived until you've seen Cum Goblin. 16. 16, 16, 16. Life is sweet and you're growing up so fast. You gotta make the good times last. I mean, like a one-shot with SCP-3008. You speak to me like I know what the fuck that is. What are those? C's? D's? I don't give a fuck! All I know is I want to put my dick in between. Go get the goddamn Taco Bell! Oh, did you just punch the fucking glass, Miller? Yo, she's up on the fucking glass, bro! Best suck of his fucking life. I don't... Shadow, I know nothing of the SCP universe. I find it annoying. Like, you gotta, like, elaborate a little bit more than just, oh, it's this. Cool! You know what would be a fun campaign? One Piece, where everyone fights Kaido. Have the glue fumes gotten to you, bot? I just started. I just fucking started. What? Guys, come on! I don't know who that is! So you're fucked is what you're telling me. Y'all hurt me on a physical plane that, like, I just can't comprehend.
Us.
Ah!
I wasn't paying attention, didn't notice you went live to stream, and I was like, crap, where is he?
The fuck is... Well, you and Emerald were doing a thing, I think.
She had to go take care of something, DM stuff. So, yeah.
It's not the fumes, it's the neurodivergency. I'll fucking high slap you, dude. Don't even fucking tempt me, I'll do it. Ah, shit. I catch it?
Hi.
I caught it. Hold on, fuck, why are you all so loud?
Sorry, boss.
Why are you loud? I updated my computer last night and now everything's out of fucking whack. Everything's louder and I hate it. 21.
Well, at least you're not getting lag watching the stream and listening to the voice chat at the same time.
I can't find 21. You sit there. There it is. Jeffrey, come back. All this over a turkey burger? You're that missing little boy and girl. Jeffrey, I found that little missing boy and girl. I don't care.
I've been thinking about that bit. I was talking about earlier about like the Loyalist, the Primarch, the Chaos Primarch, and then Alfarius.
You need to stop.
Sorry. Okay, I'll stop.
Alfarius is a boring joke. Alpha Legion is fucking boring. It's cringe, and they're so fucking boring. Because no one knows how to write them properly. They've only ever been written properly once, in my opinion, and that's in the book Legion.
What about
Not even
Head of
his
the
own?
Hydra?
Haven't read it, so I don't get an opinion on that one.
You didn't read the Alfarius book?
Do I look like I'm made of money? My job is
Okay,
at risk
fair.
in 4 fucking months.
Okay, fair.
I cried myself to sleep last night. That was not fun.
No.
Well, let's put it this way.
Well,
My fate and the fate of hundreds of thousands of content creators all across the internet are in the hands of 9 liches who, one of them is so fucking corrupt that their wife tried to overthrow the government, and he oversaw her case.
Well, that sounds weird, to say the least.
It's not weird, it's fucking corrupt as shit. We call it as it is. And now that fuckhead, who by the way has said, no, I think doing away with 230 would be a good idea, is now overseeing that too. On June 30th, and everyone's like, don't panic. These multi-billion-dollar corporations won't let that happen. And I don't like that I have to side with that. I really fucking don't, but I have to.
unfortunately, in this capitalist dystopia we call a country, that is the reality we live in. It's not a nice reality. None of us like it either. The only thing we can be thankful right now is that these capitalist corporations that want to own everything, this dark look into Cyberpunk 2033, are protecting the fact that we can have a few enjoyments in life because they can still monetize it.
Man, dude, I really like Cyberpunk 2077. What happened, though, to Cyberpunk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
We don't
8.
talk about the 7th one.
What happened at number 7?
You do not want to know.
Oh, but as the announcer of games, I do. Okay, so it's, got that one. It's 25 and 22. Makes it on the other side. But yeah, like, Hey guys, right now I can use your support more than ever. I'm very, very fucking scared for my life. Cause like, guess what? All my hard work, the only job that I've known, the only job that I can control, and that can't fire me because I'm autistic, might go up in fucking flames. So that's a dread I hate living with.
Mhm.
How does it affect Canada? I have no fucking idea. It won't be good. It doesn't matter if it affects Canada, it's going to affect you guys. Do you guys want to know where the majority
It
of my
will
audience
affect
is?
everyone because all their centers are there.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know? Do you want to know where most of my audience is?
U.S. and Canada.
Nope, not even Canada, just U.S.
Okay.
78% of my audience comes from the States. The other percents are everywhere else. The second largest being my home country. Yay! Welcome to my hell.
Mm. It is hell. Well, we'll see how it goes.
I got 4 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on. There we go. That's nice.
You know, on a totally unrelated note, I low-key wish I could time travel into the future to see the future historians trying to piece together where the other 2076 other cyberpunks went. What happened to those games?
Listen, the funniest time travel joke I ever heard, well, like the funniest future joke I ever heard was from a guy named John Mulaney. If anyone knows who that is, good for you. I'm proud of you for having some comedic culture. Basically, he says that he had to go on a non-fat diet because he was overweight.
John Mulaney was overweight.
And he had no fat bread. And it doesn't toast. It doesn't toast, guys. He's out in his fucking garage with the blowtorch trying to toast it. It doesn't toast. Years later, when the aliens dig up my house and my corpse, they're just gonna say, yes, he was on the no-carb diet. See that disc? If you also need a reminder of who John Mulaney is, he's the guy that goes, "Get out of the line."
No. She's the guy who goes, and then I threw him off his rhythm.
Also, did I do that?
No, that's Urkel.
I was over on the bench. I was sitting over on the bench.
No, not John Mulaney. Sorry, John Panette. John Panette's the one that did that.
Okay.
John Panette is dead.
I don't know who that is.
Fuck John Mulaney. I'm angry at John Mulaney.
You're angry at John Mulaney?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He let Dave Chappelle on the stage and basically trash on trans people.
Yeah.
Fuck John Mulaney.
Yeah.
Wasn't there also like a
TV show.
wasn't there like a rumor going around that he beat his wife or something too?
He didn't beat his wife. He cheated on her. There's a difference.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Now,
Also, hi.
hi. Who's this? And
Professor.
Oh, Prof. Fuck. Everyone's so fucking loud. Zach, move out of fucking people's. Get out. Get people out of the background, or I swear to God, I will stab. I will get violent. I will grab Angron's sword and stab, even though it'll be as effective as piss.
I have
Well, I have my own swords here, so
Wow, an edgy weeaboo has swords. Shock.
says the guy who's making a model.
Of Angron.
Look.
And
A shocked Pikachu face.
Glass houses should not.
I'll have you know that I've offered
Weeaboo.
thousands of man hours, along with thousands of dollars of my own money, to have a robber come into my house, weep for how sad I am, and then say, "Come with me, we're gonna go rob houses."
Oh, by the way, JoJo Part 9 has begun.
I
Oh,
don't
God.
care.
Oh,
Not
I
the
think
slightest.
there's only one song that works.
After
for that.
snails, after having snails, you can't top snails for me. I'm sorry, guys.
What about a trans main character?
I had my
What
snails,
about
and I want nothing else.
What about
autistic
dinosaurs?
main character?
Snails.
There's
He has his snails. He shall take them and leave.
Oh. You might actually like Part 7, boss.
I don't care about JoJo. I really don't. It's
Okay.
not for me. The art style is really weird. It's very stylish. I will give the creator tons of like points for like having like
Yeah.
creativity and not like his
He
art
got
style
collabed
is
with Gucci. He got to work with Gucci.
yeah, like
For me personally, JoJo, the only appealing thing that came out of JoJo was the memes, and even those ran their course.
I will never
It's
say
not being
JoJo
fun.
is bad. That is the one thing I will never say is that JoJo is bad. JoJo is good.
Zach,
Exactly, right there, right there.
Joe.
JoJo's theme, i.e., someone did a.
I'm not getting copyrighted. Shut the fuck up.
Zach, careful, copyright.
I am not getting copyrighted for Akara's work.
sorry, it's off. Sorry about that.
Look, we can talk about it. We can't play it.
Okay, my apologies. Sorry.
My God, why am I the only one that
But
knows
yeah.
about copyright? Fuck!
I'm sorry.
I know
I
about
was
copyright.
just making it.
It's-
Just
I
making
know.
a small joke.
But yeah, in the same way, Naruto is good. I don't care about Naruto.
Like I said, my favorite thing that came out of JoJo was just the memes of it, like the Giorno meme. The Giorno piano meme is by far my favorite. But I'm also very
Good.
basic when it comes to memes.
It was a good series, but once you realize it's just more of dramatic poses and then punching, it kind of just loses.
What is every anime? It is dramatic posing and punching.
No,
Yeah.
it's
just
just
different ratios.
But at
of the
least
amount
to
of it.
bring some timelessness to it.
there. No, this is how it goes. I'm making toast. A dramatic stare at the freaking toaster, and then it pops up.
No, that's
Oh!
Food Wars. That is Food Wars.
There's an anime about cooking. So yes, that is
No, I-
technically a thing that could happen.
Yeah, I
Food
know.
Wars
I
is
know.
amazing.
Rezi, I know what the fuck Arakawa has done. He is an incredible fucking artist. I just don't like
I'm
JoJo.
sorry.
Arakawa got his work at the fucking Louvre.
Oh.
Yeah. Food Wars,
Well,
I watched it only for the food. I don't care about the rest. The food actually looks good.
I think
Would you
Enjoy
like
the
food
food
and
gathering,
associated
yeah.
food products? Ooh, 28,
be
27
fair,
going as... Oh, that's why those are
I think my
squares.
actual favorite anime, like recent, is more the manga. Interspecies reviewer. I don't give a crap about the loot. I'm here for the world building. It's top tier world building.
Hey, boss. Curiosity. Have you ever listened to any of the Adeptus Ridiculous podcasts? Like, I know you know a fair bit about 40K.
I've listened to a few of their things. I have not listened to anything recently.
Have you listened to their White Stars and Jagatai Khan one?
No.
Where they come to. It's one of my favorites because they come to the very simple conclusion: the Khan is based in probably one of the best loyalist prime works.
Okay, yeah, Jagatai. Like I talked about him yesterday. Jagatai is like he's not necessarily based because like he still does horrible shit, but like he's the more
Compared to
realist.
Primarchs.
He's the more realistic of all the Primarchs, where he kind of just realizes like his fucking place and knows that like, oh, if I say shit, I'm dead, kind of a thing.
Like
Yeah.
Jagatai and Gilliman, they know their job, they know their role, and they're content with it. Maybe not happy, but content.
I wouldn't say Gilliman is content with it because the Gilliman disagreed with the Emperor on a ton of fundamentals.
Well, yeah, but he's also definitely not content with it at the moment, given the state of the Imperium.
Yeah, well, that wasn't necessarily the Emperor's fault.
Yeah.
They also made an episode on they started a couple memes like Doge Van Dyer.
Gore Van Dyer.
Yes.
Not
Replace
Doge.
Doge Van Dyer with a Doge.
Yeah, it's
That's
Goge Van Dyer with a Doge head.
Ew. Why?
Oh, you think that's bad? That's not even the worst part
And
of that
he likes
meme.
feet.
Yeah, that's the worst part right there. He's a foot fetish. And that's why all systems of battle must now wear shoes. Even when they're in areas where you shouldn't normally wear shoes.
There we go.
They also made arguably one of my favorite memes, which was it was one of the posters, it was Space Wolves, except it was a furry.
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn all the space wolves into pugs.
Those are adorable.
I think
One of my favorite meme is Rogel Dorn cannot read.
What?
yes. So whenever the DK, who is the guy who doesn't know anything about 40k, whenever Bricky, who is the guy who is the 40k nerd, explained to DK about Rogel Dorn, DK interpreted that Rogel Dorn was dumb and couldn't read. No matter how much this has been proven, DK still repeats this joke because it has gotten to be funny as a meme. Because when
I suspect he is high on narcotics.
He probably is, but like whenever to be fair to him, whenever he was first introduced to Dorn and everything about Dorn, Dorn wasn't given a fair shot. He wasn't given his fair chance to show the good he can do.
The Siege of Terra series has been more than enough to show what Dorn is capable of and who Dorn is as a person.
They didn't start with Dorn. Dorn was one of their later episodes, which is when DK learned about him, and by that time, the meme had already been set in place.
Yeah.
Due to a different episode.
The Perturabo episode made it worse.
Oh yeah, petulant man-child. I think I've posted it, but that picture of Perturabo with that grinning face, that is one of their favorite memes. With that shit-eating grin on his face.
They're also God is cringe. Quote
Yeah.
Perturabo.
Which is something he has probably said, probably even in a book, but it also came from them.
Not exactly,
what did he
of
say?
course, but gods are cringe.
I would bet money that he has said something similar to the quote God is cringe quote Perturabo.
He never said God is cringe. He basically wanted to fight God because God kept looking down on him.
Yeah.
Are we talking
As he
the
would put it.
Emperor or like?
No,
Yes.
so Perturabo had the weirdest ability where he could see the Eye of Terror where everyone else couldn't. It's kind of that thing you always know where north is. Like someone just internally inside them knows where north is. Perturabo instinctively knows where the Eye of Terror is because in Angel Exterminatus he was looking up at the night sky and staring up at the Eye of Terror, and he could see it, and then he asked the guards, "Hey, do you see that soar in the sky?" And the guards just go, "The fuck you talking about?"
Yeah,
Oh.
Does that mean Perturabo was supposed to be like the navigator?
Because Bricky, when he describes Perturabo and everything, he didn't change his opinion of Perturabo, but he did grow a certain perspective of it. He describes Perturabo as a petulant man-child for how he acts.
I mean,
Which, from what he's described of Perturabo, that's fairly
Perturabo
accurate
has
to
been
how he
written.
is.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain something here. Perturabo has been written inconsistently for years. Like
Has any character been written
the first time we're
consistently?
introduced to him is in the first Dark Angels book in the Horus Heresy, and he's a manipulative, like, oh, I'm the manipulative strategist. The next time we meet him, he's fucking he's fucking Cobra Commander, and are losing his shit that his officers are being outmaneuvered over it and going, I'll get you next time, Imperial Fists! And then the third
Yeah,
time we meet him is where it's his actual fucking book, Angel Exterminatus, which focuses on the Iron Warriors, and in that book, he's just a pissy, paranoid asshole.
Which is where he keeps most of the opinion of it. He does, however, say, and I quote, I do have respect for him because Perturabo carried the entire Horus Heresy on his back.
I mean, he literally got abandoned in the Eye of Terror thanks to Fulgrim, managed to get out swinging, along with his whole legion, and then when they got back to Horus, he's just like, why did no one come looking for me? And Horus said, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I think you forgot that we're fighting a war!
Like,
And at the end,
Horus may have led
when
the
he
heresy,
was
but
controlling
Perturabo
a
carried that shit
position,
on his back.
30 and 29. But yeah, like,
Yeah.
I haven't watched a lot of the Adaptus Ridiculous stuff. Not for a lack of trying.
there's also the little guy meme. Because we know,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
just a little guy.
Guy.
Okay.
But that showed up when they were talking about the fall of Cadia, and they got around to the Stricadix Maledictum.
Not
I don't care
exactly
if I didn't say it right.
what it happened during the Inquisition episode with the Ordo
Oh,
Maledictum.
right.
There's literally
Yeah.
one guy that has to find
You
a way
say
to
Ordo
fix the-
Maledictum, it's Ordo Malleus, my guy.
No, it's a minor Ordo.
Oh.
Its
Can
job
we,
is
can
to
we still mention
try to
hot takes?
fix it.
Yes, we can still mention hot takes. I'm still waiting for fucking hot takes. No one's told me shit!
Okay.
And please stop talking
Hot
over
take,
one another.
40K Hot take: 40K has lost its status as satire because GW fed way too much into the fact that some of the wrong people had latched onto the game and the lore.
It doesn't lose its satire status because of that. Starship Troopers the movie is satire, and a lot of people latched onto that, not realizing that, yeah, no, the Federation is a bunch of fucking Nazis.
Yeah.
Because if you read the original book, holy fuck, is it just
I
a
get it.
man justifying Nazism?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta remember, how does the war start in Starship Troopers? They tried to colonize the Bugs worlds. The Bugs are smart. The Bugs are intelligent. They communicate in their own way. And humanity went and colonized their shit. They responded in kind.
Yeah.
So, like, it's... 40K has not lost its satire status. It's just that GW is now making painstaking efforts to correct the wrongs because they thought people would be smart enough to see that, haha, this is fucking terrible from reading the books. And
basically,
as Professor Farnsworth once said, I don't want to live on this planet anymore because people are fucking stupid.
yeah, no, like, I like 40K's lore. I like the I follow the logic of in this horrible, awful galaxy. This is what shit has turned into, and the idea is that we didn't have to, and the kind of satire that we don't have to go this route. This is meant to be satire of this stuff. This could have went so much better in so many different ways. It could have ended so much better in so many different ways. This is the hand we're dealt. This is the thing. You're supposed to laugh at the absurdity of it.
Rezi, you're not a big fan of Warhammer? That is perfectly fine. Warhammer 40k is that kind of place where you either like what you see or it is not for you. And there is nothing wrong with stating that it is not for you. This is the same series that looks you dead in the eye and says, demon rape babies exist.
Oh god, the Kobasa.
Demoncula,
Mm. Whatever it's called, I keep trying to scrub that from my memory because I watched that episode of Adric because that is how I absorbed most of my 40k lore is through them. Which, granted, they do say we are entertainment over education, but no entertainment over accuracy. But they do kind of get decently accurate. It's enough to hold a half decent conversation with someone who knows more about 40k lore without getting like totally lost.
it is a universe that requires you willing to sit in the shit and go like, haha, this is fun. Why are they doing that? It is one of those universes. I fully get it. 40k is the one that I call like really soft grim dark. Because like
Soft grim?
yeah.
I need
40k
to hear what you define as hard.
redo of healer.
Oh god, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one can argue with me on that one.
No.
Hi, Cargos.
Nope. That's a
Doesn't help. I like Gundam though.
anime.
There's no problem with. Everybody has what they like and do not like. For starters, I think Card Fight Vanguard is shit, but Shadow thinks it's great, and he's entitled to be wrong.
I don't even know what
He's
the
allowed
game
to have that opinion, even though it's objectively wrong.
I don't want to get in, learn what it is, so I'm content not knowing what it is.
Anyway,
I make fun, but everyone is entitled to what they like. And please stop fiddling with your fucking mic, or I'm gonna mute you.
Sorry about that.
You don't need to fiddle with your fucking mic. If you're gonna fiddle with it, mute yourself. And then unmute yourself when you're done fiddling with it. We don't masturbate on the public forums here, people!
Him messing with his mic just made me remember the Russian Badger Among Us stream with Heavenly Killing Badger.
4K, 1080p, 920, 60 frames a second. I ain't do nothing, bitch.
Yeah, and the friend like Heavenly walking up behind Badger. The fuck you looking at, bitch? Murdering him in front of 4 witnesses. Mic unmuted.
Ooh, do I do mouth closed or do I do mouth open? Do I do him screaming or do I do him like staring
Always
menacingly
screaming.
down the hall, down the street with Patrick Star staring at him, going like, SpongeBob, I see him.
He's just standing there.
Menacingly. You know, I want him standing there menacingly.
You know, actually,
have two.
you guys heard
Go
the
ahead,
theory
go
about? Oh, sorry. Have you guys heard the
No, go
theory
ahead.
about Patrick?
What about him?
Apparently, there's a theory that people think that Patrick acts stupid on purpose.
You know, with how with how they treat him in later seasons, that he's such a fucking absent-minded dickhead, I'd believe it.
Well, no, the reason they point to. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, like, in the early episodes of
My God, did you walk away from the mic? I can't hear you.
He said he had to go. Think his mic might have. Yep, there he goes.
Like
Uh,
it sounded like he walked away down into the caves of Moria, where he'll never be found again. I just like,
I actually thought.
what was the word? Bye, Razzie.
Mike's already fucked there.
What the fuck?
But yeah, people point to the episodes like the card and I'm with Stupid, and what was it? Yeah, those a couple of those episodes. They point to those episodes saying that Patrick seems a little too smart to be playing the freaking Stupid character. So just like how people think Dory is acting stupid, like in freaking Finding Nemo, people think Patrick is acting stupid because, you know, he's a freaking cocksucker.
Okay, we do not need to use, like...
Oh, sorry, that was my fault. I apologize. That was way too vulgar.
It's just unnecessary. And there's nothing wrong with sucking dick. Also, I have to respond with, that's just a theory, and you know why it's just a theory? Because SpongeBob works on cartoon logic of, if it happens in an episode, it will be reset in the next one.
Yeah.
I.e., Patrick is written very inconsistently because the writers want him to be whatever the fuck they want him to be. There are episodes where SpongeBob acts like a fucking Nimrod. And then there are other episodes where SpongeBob is the smartest man in the room. There are episodes where SpongeBob is the most annoying piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. And then there's episodes where he's not annoying. And in fact, he gets annoyed with Patrick because Patrick's being an annoying piece of shit. They're written inconsistently because it's supposed to be a comedy, and the writers throw everything at the wall to see what sticks. I'm not a big fan of theories. If I'm like they're just based on circumstantial evidence like that.
I'm not saying it's true or anything.
I know, but I don't like those theories that much. They're boring. Oh, Patrick's smarter than he acts. Yeah, no shit, because the writers can do that if they wanted to. There's an entire episode where he gets a different fucking head. And he's the smartest man in the room. Outsmarts fucking Sandy Cheeks. Clap them cheeks, Patrick. That's right, I said the words out loud. What are you gonna do about it? I'm also sorry if I'm coming off like massively aggressive. I have had 5 hours of sleep. I am building a model that is hurting my hands because, my God, you're a spiky little bastard.
Oh, fucking
no,
Christ.
boss. You're just channeling Angron. You're just channeling Angron.
You know what? Maybe that's it. Maybe like if you guys sacrificed me and opened me up, Angron would come spilling forth and scream, "Where are the liches?"
Where's the blacksmith?
Where's the... Okay, so something that came to my mind, like, last night, I remembered, like, this is from the deepest parts of my memory that I never thought I would return to, but there was a show back on the internet, back in the early days, called, Unforgotten Realms. I doubt any of you would know it.
Unforgotten Realms.
It is a series where two guys named Rob and Mike, played by the same dude, played D&D, and essentially Mike was like your straight and narrow D&D player. This is how the game is played. And then Rob was the idiot. Rob is the kind of guy who comes to character creation, screams, "I want to be lumberjack," and when you tell him no, he then says, and I quote, "Really? Who's going to stop a bear from breaking into your house and kidnapping your wife? A paladin? A bard? No, a fucking lumberjack." And then he's forced to choose sorcerer. So then he says, "You know what? I'm going to style my sorcerer after the greatest sorcerer of all time, Abraham Lincoln."
That's fucking hilarious.
Listen, my favorite joke from that whole show is just, "Please, sir, it would be rude if you didn't take my rocket launcher. No thanks, we don't need it. Yeah, we don't need your crappy little rocket launcher, Mr. Blacksmith, who is ironically white."
What does that mean?
That, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't even know if that joke is racist. I just find that joke funny. Is that joke racist? I don't know if I have black people in my community. Do I have black people in my community? Raise thy hand, and then tell me if that was racist. I will defer to your opinion. Is my
And then
childhood
everybody-
problematic?
and then everybody
Probably.
clapped.
I watched Invader Zim.
Anyway.
Jonan Vasquez is a very deranged man.
He is a
God,
great
that
actor.
show's weird.
His voice acting as freaking Dag from Angry Beavers and Zim.
He also,
made my childhood.
voices Moxie from Hell of a Boss, the guy who voices Zim.
That's not Jonan Vasquez.
Oh, different.
Jonan
one.
Vasquez is the guy who created Invader Zim.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sorry,
my
I thought you were
bad.
talking about. Yeah, no, I thought you were talking about the voice. My bad.
No.
Also, you
Jonan Vasquez, the creator of Invader Zim. You want to know how they found this motherfucker?
Oh God.
Yes,
So,
please.
Jonan Vasquez was known for his comic, Jeff the Serial Killer. It is a fucked up little comic about Jeff, who is clearly insane, who believes that he needs to paint his walls red because the walls are talking to him. And he murders people left and right. And it's really, really fucked up and disturbing.
Much like his TV show Invader Zim.
Much like his TV show Invader Zim. Yes, you're getting it. So, he is at a convention.
I never liked that show.
He is at a convention. He is just doing what Jonan Vasquez does best. Writing fucked up shit. And then this Nickelodeon executive comes along and says, "You're Jonan Vasquez, right?" He looks up at her, says yes. She says, "Would you like to make a children's cartoon show?" He then stares her dead in the eye and says, "You know who I am, right?" She says yes. "Come write a kids' TV show for us." He then goes, "Okay, your funeral."
Okay,
That's how Invader Zim was made.
You a cult classic. Man, I miss.
And by the way,
that
it's not Jeff the serial killer. It's actually Johnny the homicidal maniac.
Yeah, sorry, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Yeah, I thought Jeff the serial killer sounded like something from Creepypasta there for a
Yeah,
second.
no.
I
Is
was
that
gonna
where
say,
it came
like,
from?
are you sure it's not copyrighted by freaking or anything? Because that's what it sounds like to me. For a second there.
Yeah, no, it's Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Is it a good comic? I wouldn't say so.
I mean, I've heard weirder freaking things have happened. Like, I don't know if anybody remembers. Does anyone remember the show freaking Making Fiends?
What?
I was curious.
I remember some things.
Vaguely.
Yeah, the freaking original creator. She made a new show on freaking YouTube, but she had to change her characters and everything.
What?
What?
What show was this?
Making Fiends.
Making scenes.
Making Fiends?
They're what? Okay, so basically, it's this little town out in the middle of friggin' the U.S. that's being not haunted, but sort of run by this friggin' little girl who creates fiends in her house, and she pretty much runs the town by fear, pretty much. One day, another girl shows up, Mary, Melly, something like that. I can't remember her name, but she basically is this sweet girl, and she
Oh,
tries to
that
make...
thing! Now I remember.
Yeah, I think yeah.
I remember Rebel Taxi talking about it.
Well, they because she signed the rights off to it. made a
She
new
lost
show
the
on
rights to her
YouTube.
show, yeah.
Yeah,
That sucks.
but it was a good show. I wish it got more shows. It was like Looney Tunes on freaking crack. And the Penguins of Madagascar. It was a good show.
Kowalski analysis. I like deep throating toothbrushes, Skipper. What? You fucking heard me. Best suck of my fucking life.
I miss the Penguins of Madagascar memes.
I don't.
Yeah.
I miss
gotta
some of
say,
them.
there were some good ones out there. Freaking most people,
The
most
Kowalski analysis one is by far my favorite.
Kowalski analysis. Well, Skipper, it appears that this man gets no pussy. Let's see. What? What? Private? You can't be serious. No, Skipper, I'm detecting zero pussy from him, sir. Rico! Just hawks up a fucking woman for him to sleep with. That's fucked.
I
That's
can see-
fucked. That's my brain just being fucked. I'm sorry.
No, Moss, it's fine.
It's
Sometimes
fine.
you just have to go really dark when it comes
Ugh.
to comedy.
Not all the time. I'm just
Not all the
tired and
time,
mad.
though.
I've been tired and mad all day. I've been like quietly seething in anger all day today, and it's just like, how do you fix it? How do you solve it? Well, I can't do shit. I have to sit and wait, and that is the worst part of my life, is where I have to sit and wait. But come on, hot
Okay,
takes. I demand hot takes.
Okay, I got one for you. This guy was in his house. He's in, and he looks underneath his his cabinet, and he finds German freaking cockroaches. So he
How's
starts freaking.
That's not a hot take.
So he starts fumigating.
That's not a hot
house.
take. That's just a German joke. That's not a hot take. That's just poor jokes.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
funny. It doesn't make my brain do the work.
Where's Emerald when we need her?
Emerald doesn't even. know.
Emerald, as far as I know, is doing some real life shit.
Emerald is living her life. Leave her alone. Y'all need to stop adding Emerald when you have problems.
Emerald recently got some good news, but it's not my place to say it. So if she does tell y'all, you know.
It's not anyone else's place to know what my admin is doing.
Yeah, like I was playing Minecraft with her when she got some good news, and then told me. So like, if she told y'all, good. If not, it's not my place. Just
She'll
know that
probably
she's
tell me
handling
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, please refrain from any fucking jokes like that in the future. I am not
Yeah.
in the mood for that. I am in a state of just. That is where
Okay,
I
I
am.
got. Okay, I got a hot take for you, boss. I think cartoons should have some dark themes in them, like the 2000s used to do, where there was.
Okay, by dark themes, do you mean actually like having mature themes, like in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, where like they bring up not everyone makes it back, that like, hey, child soldiers are fucked up, and like
Yes, those kind of things, like just hard topics that.
not
But
every
in a
show
mature
needs to
way.
be that way. But if a
not
show
all-
is gonna do that, you do it right and you do it correctly.
Yeah, no, but saying like in the 2000s, like remember Tales of the Crypt Keeper, Barton Mystery, those kind of things.
You
Those
mean
had-
more? You're not talking mature. You're talking horror.
Yeah,
You want more kid horror shows.
Other stuff in those shows.
My God,
there's
you
nothing
really need to
wrong with
learn
that,
media
but don't
literacy. I'm
confuse-
sorry.
Like, don't confuse mature with horror. There's a difference there.
Yeah, there is a huge difference.
Massive differences between mature and horror. Horror can be incredibly immature. Responds with Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. Those are two incredibly immature horror movies.
Yep.
Nightmare on Elm Street is a fucking joke. Pizza Face is a fucking joke.
How dare you? We stand Pizza Face in this household.
No, we do not. At
We
least
stand,
this one doesn't.
we stand fucking Pizza Face, dude.
There are many horror icons that can be stand. Pizza Face is not one
I
of them.
will
The man-
fucking fight each and every one of you for my boy Pizza Face. He is a fucking national
The man
treasure
lo-
to your fucking cinemas,
man
and you
lo-
treat the king with such disrespect. How fucking dare you? He has over 700 confirmed kills. He lives in this suburban area. He knows P. He knows PQC.
What?
He knows pizza close combat.
What? What? Look,
He is the
Chucky's
master
more
of
respectable than Pizza Face.
PTC.
Chucky is more respectable than Pizza Face.
Okay, so I watched Chucky as like a kid. That was fucking terrifying. I like the scene where like the guy got his eyes pushed in and like they were replaced with like the fucking spring eyes. That stuck with me as a kid. I was terrified.
Like, I don't know if you've seen her content, but there's a TikTok creator who does like a lot of the horror stuff.
I quit TikTok. Did everyone
enough.
forget that like I left fucking TikTok? I'm done with
Back
TikTok.
when you
I
were
don't
on
care
there.
for it anymore. It is
Back when
it
you
is a
were on there, I
place
don't
of
know if you-
scum and villainy. Aside from the nice
Yeah.
people on
Well,
it.
back when you were on there, and this creator is nice. Back when you were, there was a content creator who made basically the concept of this horror house, which was all the different horror icons all living under the same roof. And one of the running gags is Pizza Face is at the bottom of the barrel because overall, compared to horror icons, he's very weak. Given the fact that you can beat him by realizing this is a dream and I'm not scared of you. And granted, that is yes harder than you might think. However, one of my favorite skits she ever did was this. I don't know because I've never watched the Nightmare on Elm Street because I just never cared for it. But one of the side characters who doesn't like Freddy, who is an angel, shows up in every one of Freddy's dreams that he tried to terrorize someone with, and tells the person, "You can just beat him. This is a dream. You can do whatever you want. He's got no power here." And then Freddy says, "God damn it, why are you doing this? I haven't eaten in months." And she says, "Because I like to watch you suffer." That was a long thing. Never mind. Ignore me.
I think I fucked up his wing.
The long and short of it is I don't like Pizza Face. He is lame.
You mean Freddy Krueger?
Yes.
You see, I was talking about actual Pizza Face from Jimmy Neutron.
Oh. No, that's a different argument. We stand that man. I'm talking Freddy.
He's a fucking family man, dude.
Yeah, we stand actual Pizza Face. I didn't know you were talking about Jimmy Neutron. I didn't know you were talking about the family man.
He just wants to feed his kids and like stop letting the kids eat him.
Yeah.
The pizza will eat you, motherfucker. Them's the rules.
I want some of the older cartoons. I wish we got some good, like, decent cartoons like the old early 2000s again. I want like stuff like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends and stuff like that to come back. That was good TV. That was fun.
No, it's nostalgic TV. There's a difference between good and
Fair.
nostalgic.
Okay, that's fair.
It's
was
why I
nostalgic.
take issue with a lot of content creators who are just like, nah, dude, the early 2000s were the best time. Really? With all the gutter trash sitting there where you had to sit through hours upon hours just to get to Foster's? Are you fucking kidding me?
That's fair. There was a lot of trash. There was good stuff in there, but there was a lot of trash too. It's like nowadays, like, I don't like Teen Titans Go. That is my opinion. I especially didn't like it in its early seasons. I think that it's gotten tolerable in later ones now. I still don't watch it.
Listen, the fact they had the balls to do the episode where Robin shoves Batman's parents into the fucking alleyway, that shit is funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a comedy like that that's good. I didn't like the early seasons because a lot of the early jokes were just like, I've seen too much of this humor. Moving along.
Batman.
It was just, yeah.
Batman forever. There truly is no stopping the Batman.
Anyway,
Did I fuck up this arm?
I
Like,
don't
seriously?
I don't like the Ben 10 show that came out recently, the remake they did of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Shock.
I get why they do it. I get why it was made. I get why it exists. I, however, do not have to consume it. I do not have to like it.
There you go. That's the
Um,
spirit.
I understand it. I understand why it was made. I don't have to like it.
Did anyone
I don't
else
have
like
to
Batman
consume it.
Beyond? Dude, Batman Beyond was so fucking good. Terry McGinnis is my favorite
Oh, that
Batman.
was good.
Like, oh
No,
my God,
favorite
Terry.
Batman media. If we're talking like solo Batman media, my favorite is Batman Brave and the Bold. Second is Batman Beyond.
Reverse
Batman
that for
Beyond
me.
proves one very important. Huh?
Reverse that for me. Batman Brave and the Bold is second. Batman Beyond is number 1.
Like Batman Beyond proves one very important thing. The Joker is literally nothing. If Batman, because like Terry McGinnis heckles the Joker, and now granted, this Joker is, I think in this plotline, this Joker is like a brainwashed Jason Todd.
It's not Jason
think?
Todd. It's Tim. It's Tim.
Okay, it's a brainwashed Robin, but he's basically all of the Joker, and Terry heckles him, and the Joker doesn't know how to respond. And it's like, you know what this means? If Batman had just heckled Joker from the start, none of that would have happened.
It's
wouldn't
not
have been
that.
as far.
It's okay. So it's a little bit more nuanced than that. The reason
Well, yeah, I
why
know that.
Joker
I'm
fell
not
for
good.
a lot of Terry's taunts in that is because Terry was calling himself Batman, and Joker. It may be it may be the body of Tim Drake, but it is just Joker's personality overtaken him. So for all intents and
Yeah.
purposes, it is Joker.
Yeah.
And the reason why Joker gets bent out of shape is because he does not consider Terry Batman. Because Terry is not Bruce. And Joker doesn't have a history with Terry. So he writes him off, which really just lets Terry get under his skin when he starts talking shit. Because Joker was not used to Batman talking shit to him. So what is something that Joker considers that Batman never does? He never talks. He never tells the joke. He never gets the joke. And so it starts pissing him off when Terry's saying, "Yeah, no, I get the joke. It's not funny, and you're such a fucking loser. It's pathetic." Whereas Batman would just stay quiet and power through, which is basically where Joker finally snaps and says, "You're not Batman." Even though
I feel like. Go ahead.
even though Terry is his own version of Batman. Batman is not Bruce Wayne. Batman is the symbol, the meaning behind it.
I have a hot take, since we're on Batman a little bit. I think, personally, Spider-Man could more than handle most, maybe not all, but most of Batman's rogues gallery.
No shit. Man, Batman, a guy without powers, who's all of his supervillains have powers. No shit! Spider-Man could take on and win against most of Batman's rogues gallery. No fucking shit! Batman handles his rogues gallery. The fucker doesn't have powers!
I know this, boss, but for some reason, and I don't understand this, there are Batman stands that be like, nah, Spider-Man get his ass kicked. Fool, Clayface is basically just Sandman, like, in his entirety. Like, that's almost a 1-to-1.
I respond with this. Different universes have different power scales. You know who could single every fucking universe in existence? Superman! The fucker hangs out in the sun for 100,000 years? Guess what, Beebs? We're all fucked. Kryptonian become God. Kryptonian do smash.
I think it was Justice League, the animated one. But one of my favorite like DC interactions specifically is when the classic story of Batman's contingencies gets in the hands of the villains and they start being used on the Justice League. One of my favorite, I have two of them that are my favorite. I don't know the name of the other one, but it is circled. If you've been on TikTok, it has circled TikTok a fair bit. Superman gets shot with a kryptonite bullet. Martian Manhunter is lit on fire. Yada yada yada. Flash gets
Justice
a bomb
League
shot to his
Doom.
wrist. Yeah, that one. My favorite one, however, comes from the original. At least I'm pretty sure it's the original, but it's the Justice League animated series, the early 2000s one, where this happens and Superman, the first thing he does is, this is not on Batman, this is on me. I asked him to make this plan for me, and Batman, being Batman, did what he does what he does. Because I asked him to do it for me, and so of course he would do it for everyone because it's a contingency that should happen. He never wanted it to turn out like this. But I like the fact that Superman, his first steps is to defend Batman on the idea that, no, this is not entirely Batman's fault. And I like that interaction between him and Supes. I like it when they interact and they have at least a level of camaraderie and friendship there. I like that.
Sorry. Need to fix it. It's driving me nuts. So,
I don't like the recent DC live-action Batmans.
Shit. Fuck. Ah.
For the Spider-Man thing, I think the one character who probably would give Spidey a little bit of a freaking headache would be Mr. Freeze, probably.
No.
Of his ice ability.
Here's the thing. I argue this.
Spider-Man has
Mr.
dealt with
Freeze
someone like
becomes the
Mr.
same-
Freeze. Mr. Freeze would not be much of an issue.
There's also the second argument of this. Just like he did with Connors, he cured Connors. Spider-Man would try and help Freeze fix Nora, because in the few interactions where Freeze has fixed Nora, he has stopped. That is his sole goal. Save my wife. That is it. And in some of the few pieces of media where that has been done, Freeze stopped being a villain. And he basically retired. Because he achieved his goal. Hell, in the fucking Harley Quinn show, he sacrificed his life to save Nora. Because he loves that woman so much. Oh, that is why I like Mr. Freeze. Granted, my favorite version of him might be the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, where he made a bunch
Cool
of ice
party.
jokes. But that's because I like the puns. I like Cammy Batman.
Back
Happy
credit
Batman.
card. Never leave the cave without it.
Exactly.
Credit card!
Don't you fucking dare! We don't quote that bitch here.
Okay.
He's
Fine.
boring.
I think he's
Who
funny
was
as fuck, but...
Hold on, who was this? Was this a version of the joke?
No.
The Nostalgia Critic
Okay.
was reviewing Batman and Robin, and he did a joke where he pretends like he's losing his fucking mind over the back credit card. And ever since then, people like to make the joke whenever he's around, and he pretends like he's losing his fucking shit over it. That's the joke.
Alright, look, I admit it's kind of absurd, but that whole TV show was absurd. One of the greatest gags was, and I quote, "Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb." Like, that was the point of that show, is that it was a gag reel.
What? What
Sure.
show?
That joke,
The movie?
the original, wasn't it a TV show too? Wasn't it a Batman and Robin with Adam West TV show?
Yeah, there was no. He was reviewing the movie, Batman and
I
Robin.
know.
But there was a TV show.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Isn't the Batman and Robin movie at least similar in like campiness
Fixed
to the TV
it.
show? Or am I
fixed
or am I
it.
wrong?
Should have fixed it. The wing is
Ah.
Good job,
fixed.
boss.
Ah!
Good job.
I am the best! My
Kind
hands
of similar
stink as
thing,
that
but not
fucking
that.
anti-glue. Gotta wash my hands. Don't say anything racist or bad. I'll be back.
Can I just throw out here the best Joker has to be the 2004 version? That one, in my opinion, is one of the best Jokers. I don't know why, but he's the best one.
Who was the 2004 Joker?
Who did he?
So anyway, about white people.
Okay, moving along. Got it, boss. Understood.
2004 Joker.
Are we talking from like
Fucking-
the Batman show? The one where he had dreadlocks?
Oh, that Batman show?
Yeah, he's really tall.
He talks like this!
He has like
Man, Betsy, you're not really fun, are you?
Yeah, he was kind of like lightly. I always this may sound racist, but I always felt like he was lightly coded to be black.
It was.
Never so slightly.
I think so. In that one, he was like coded to be that way.
Like the dreads and like the fact that he uses monkey style kung fu with how he fights. Like,
Well, okay, hold on.
So,
Monkey style kung fu
There-
does
there's a-
not have anything to do with someone being black.
no. Let me finish. Boss. I was gonna say it wasn't very tasteful. If that is why, I do believe the dreads were the only thing that linked that.
Ooh,
But I also
Ooh,
did
thin
notice that
ice.
he was the only.
hi,
Yeah.
Riley.
I don't. I don't agree with it. I'm just noticing something that may be there, and I hope it's not.
Well,
Okay.
it's still a good version of Joker, in my opinion.
I'd say he's
Yeah, it
lukewarm
is.
at best. I don't know.
He's
There's a
like-
lot in
he's
the
like a
Batman
child.
show. Like, honestly, if you want like my two rival versions of Alfred, like the Batman and the original Batman the Animated Series, Alfred, both like take the cake for me. And like both of them are just doing very different things for me. I like them both.
I think my favorite scene with Alfred in it is there's a bit where Batman drives in from the Batmobile, and like it immediately jumps on the computer following a lead or something, and Alfred goes, "And to think, I prepared this whole plate of nothing for you to eat," and then he throws away the nothing because Alfred's a sassy bitch. Like there's a panel where he goes running out. Where Batman goes running out of the Batcave, and then you just see Alfred like in the foreground scraping away an empty plate with a little fork into a trash can. Like that is the most petty fucking move. It's amazing.
Listen, Alfred has to deal with a lot of shit. Like, oh my god, the
Alfred
Batman
deserves
scene
it.
where like he has like, so we have a Batman, a Robin, and a Batgirl. Should I prepare the doghouse for the Bat Hound?
5 minutes later, I
God
was kidding,
damn it!
Batman. I was Bruce.
Bruce, I was fucking kidding! What?
Next?
I thought we could use him!
Cow? What's next? A bat cow? Damien in the back corner pushing a cow back out the door.
Red's just like swinging his hand, like going, no, Alfred. But he's like freaking telling Nightwing to fucking piss off.
God. I'm... How many people actually like Damian Wayne? I never actually asked a lot of DC fans about this, because like, I never gotten the chance. But like, what's the overall opinion on Damian?
I don't mind him. I get why he's there, and I think personally, the Bat Fam comics on Webtoons is by far my favorite interpretation of Damian.
Yep.
Where this idea that he is just trying really fucking hard to live up to this legacy that he sees of all the other Robins, and he's
Yep.
got a chip on his shoulder. Like that is my favorite version of Damian, where he has a chip on his shoulder and something to prove, and like 40% of his character arc is explained to him that no, you have nothing to prove, kid. You're okay. You're doing a good job.
I like
That
though
is my favorite version of Damian.
the one thing I like is that when Superman's son came out as gay, Damian just says, "I know." What? How'd you know?
Yeah, no.
I just know. I know my best friend. Okay. And if anybody gives you a hard time, wraps his arm around him, you just let me know. You're not gonna kill them, are you? Damien, you're not gonna kill them, are you? No one hurts my precious boy.
God, I don't remember what that's from, but I remember it.
I've over exaggerated the comic, but like he basically just says, if anybody bugs you, let me know. And Superboy says,
Boss,
non-lethally, right?
Boss, you may have over-exaggerated, but that is a line of dialogue that would fully happen between those two.
It is
And you know
absolutely
it.
worth it.
Yes.
I like
Not
that
usually, right?
Superboy. I like that they made Connor Kent. Well, what the fuck is the kid's name again?
I think it's Connor Kent.
Is it Connor? I thought that was
I
Super.
thought Connor or like John, I think.
It might be John.
It is Connor.
Oh, it is
Kent.
Connor?
Yes.
Okay, so I was right the first time.
Wait, what about Superboy then? The clone of Lex Luthor.
Superboy is a different name, I believe. I think he goes by John.
Ah, fuck me. I got a thing to learn now. Shit. But yeah, like I like that they made Batman and Superman's kids actually like best of friends. I love
Hold
that.
up. Let me verify.
It was good.
Hello?
It's a good thing. I like it.
Yeah.
I hate when like they write Damien to just be a massive fucking dickhead though.
Boss, you were correct. Jonathan is the son of Superman, and then Connor is the Lex Luthor clone.
The boss was right.
I should be. I'm a fan of Young Justice. Let's fucking go.
I am too. I forgot.
Listen, man, I had to suffer through all of season 4 and watching my boy lose his fucking mind and be brainwashed by General Zod.
Oof. Oof.
Let's fucking go, kid.
Crap, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, another one of my favorite ideas. I've seen Damien done a number of ways, and one of the ways that I do like is that when he's done right, they do treat him like he is partially still like an 8-year-old or however old he is. He's still like 10% brat because he kinda is.
Well, he was raised like a prince
think
most of his life.
Yeah, and he's 10. He was raised like a prince, and he was raised to be a master fucking ass kicker. He is a brat, and that is also part of his character arc to overcome that. I like that, but it also means that it also gives him a lethal fucking sass that should never go away.
When mommy stopped loving you, so you had to go to your rich dad.
Like, there are two people who...
You know
who
why
have
Bruce Wayne is
weaponized-
unbelievable? He likes his kids.
Because he's a rich capitalist who gives a fuck.
He likes his kids.
Yeah, that's the most unbelievable part of it.
What are you making? We are making... Angron! Ah! Angie boy. The angiest of gentlemen. Like, if you want to know how angry this sick fuck is, he is so angry that when a skyscraper-like foot was going to step on his brother, he went under it, stopped it from stepping on him, and said, "Move or I'll fucking move you." To his brother, who had just taken a plasma cannon and shot the size of a building to the face.
Which brother was this?
Lorgar.
Of course.
Lorgar, the one who who actually cared for Angron.
He didn't care for Angron. We're gonna... No. No.
Pity.
No. It wasn't pity either. It was an opportunity to grow his power, his favor.
Yep.
He didn't want to save Angron. He said, and I quote, "I could care less what happens to him.
Mhm.
I want Korn to have his champion." It wasn't about saving Angron. It was about turning Angron into a monster.
Yep.
And that is the fucking saddest thing. Stop fucking with your mic! Stop rubbing it! Stop masturbating it! Please, God, it is...
It accidentally moved.
That what I told you to mute yourself before you move it, right?
Yes,
So do that.
I will start doing that. I will get better at that.
Thank you. Yeah. So oh, shit! Come on. Come on. Come on.
Personally, I think this is my personal opinion. I think the best deal Angron ever got in any form of 40k media is from the fan creation of the Dornian heresy, where he is killed before he ever becomes chaos. He takes Ferrus Manus' place, and he doesn't get the Butcher's Nails. He just gets an angry inhibitor, an angry chip, a
Then
rage
why
chip,
not just
whatever they
keep the
call it.
butcher's nails? It does the same thing.
Yeah, it does the exact
Because-
same thing.
Because in my personal opinion, I think whoever wrote the Dornian heresy felt bad for Angron, but still needed someone to replace Ferrus Manus, and was like, you know what? Let's give it to Angron.
Ferrus Manus fucking died.
Yeah,
That's the point. In the Dornian heresy, they needed someone to replace Ferrus Manus. They chose Angron.
Yeah, well,
don't
you
agree with
didn't
it,
need
but
to
I do
remove
think
the
it was
butcher's
best
nails
if
to
it
do
was-
that.
no, because the Butcher's nails were slowly killing him anyway.
I think the idea behind it is that, at least I believe they thought that the Butcher's nails were a good part of his catalyst into chaos, which is possibly a good argument. And they needed a reason for him to not turn to chaos and go absolutely batshit.
Well, no. So, this comes from a complete misunderstanding of Angron and Korn. So,
Mhm.
Angron didn't care. He was forced to serve Korn. His ascension was not whoever has that playing in the background?
What playing in the background?
Something was playing in the background, so I was just like,
Don't hear anything. My dogs are barking, but other than that.
either way. The understanding of Angron is that he was never given his full potential. He was the most unluckiest of the Primarchs to end up where he ended up. And a lot of people can argue that Conrad got it worst. At least Conrad got to eat. At least Conrad took over his world. Angron, from the very get-go, was a failure. But he was a failure with a principle that if I'm going to fail, I'm going to die, along with those I failed. Because it's just how it should be. And the Emperor robbed him of that. There was that rage, that anger, that you are not allowed to die a warrior's death. You are seen and marked as a coward because of someone else's actions.
Just like how Mortarion was salty that. Granted, I don't agree with Mortarion's anger at the Emperor over this. Mortarion was salty that he didn't get a chance to kill his adoptive father. The Emperor took that from him. Even though Mortarion was dying.
You need to also understand Mortarion's mentality on that. Mortarion's entire philosophy is that might makes right. You are the strong. You are the one that can endure all the pain, all the hardship, all that shit. If you're that, then, and you should be able to do whatever you want. The problem is that the Emperor proved to be the antithesis of his philosophy.
How?
Because Mortarion was weak.
Ah, okay. I was about to say, how did that make sense? Because the Emperor literally, ignored the poison that was actively killing Mortarion.
Yeah, Mortarion was weak, and he took his kill.
Yeah. And so it wasn't quite antithesis, more like, oh, I'm not the top dog. I'm not the big one. Fuck.
Pretty much.
Okay, now that I can track. On the subject of Mortarion, I remember my favorite bit with him. It was against it was when he was Horus sent him to talk to Jagatai,
That
and
was the worst
Jagatai
fucking
hit him
mistake
with
of
my
his life.
favorite. Yeah, and then Jagatai hit him with my favorite burn ever, and that's why you've come to me. You've run out of friends. Angron, what an ally. Kurz, good luck. Like, ooh. I love the Khan's dialogue. It's so savage because he doesn't speak very often, so they make all of his lines bangers.
I liked when Gulliman tore into him and actually criticized his character.
Yeah, like I like when Mortarion gets dressed down for his hypocrisy and shit.
Where was the
I don't
man
know,
who said that he could endure any pain? When the moment came that you could tell Pain, where you could tell everything to just send you into oblivion and prove yourself right, you were a little bitch who ran away from death.
Exactly. He could have, like, I understand sort of why he made the decision. I understand the logic. I don't agree with it.
Well,
and I think his
Mortarion was
logic
always a
flawed.
coward. He was always a coward. And a lot of people can disagree with my opinion on Morty, but sorry, he was always a coward. He was incredibly ignorant. He was incredibly self-centered. And yes, him helping Barbarous was a good thing, but you can argue that was more of his programming.
Yep.
It's... Every Primarch is a product of the environment that they were raised in. I.e., how their world shaped them. And a lot of Primarchs got luckier than others.
You know what's funny? Out of all the Chaos Primarchs, basically ended up on like hellish worlds, except for maybe two: Fulgrim and Lorgar. And when I say
Oh
hellish,
no. Oh, I hate Lorgar, but Lorgar's backstory is fucking sad.
Okay, fair. He landed on a bad world, but I'm talking like Death World, horrible, awful, like Angron, Kurz level places.
Angron's world wasn't a death world. New Syria wasn't a death world.
Angron was.
Okay, fair.
No. New Syria was.
In that case, then, Fulgrim was the exception. Fulgrim was the only one who landed. No, wait, Perturabo. Fuck, I forgot about him. Perturabo and Fulgrim. Yeah, well, the only two that didn't land on an overall shitty world.
I'm just curious, what world did Dorn land on?
He landed on the planet of Inuit, which was a frozen world.
It was an icy hell, I believe.
Yeah, it wasn't a nice place. Let's put it that way. Basically he got put on Fenris. Dorn got put on discount Fenris, is what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
It wasn't a nice place, but it also wasn't like absolutely horrible because he did turn out pretty decent. Like that planet arguably made Dorn into the brick that he is.
Well, the Inuit had a philosophy of just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Dorn took that to its illogical extreme, where he didn't really know how to talk to people. He would just be bluntly honest with them. It's why Lehman Russ says to him, "I can always rely on you to be a bastard," because he's just gonna talk. Dorn doesn't realize he's talking shit, because he's like, "I'm just being honest with you." Yeah, so why don't you shut the fuck up? Is what like everyone says to him.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do that offended you so much, brother? Well, for starters, you talk fucking smack. Did I? Dorn was one of those people who was very socially unaware.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Dorn is a brick. That is a great analogy for him. On the subject of Dorn, I do like that on his episode, on Adric's episode about him, Bricky describes him as Dorn is basically just this little guy. Well, he's not little, but this guy sitting there at the Imperium with his hammer, and he's building, and he is fixing, and that is basically Dorn.
The sword is fucking
Dorn
sick.
is Dorn gets charged with building the palace, so he does it. He may grumble about it, or no, that's the wrong one. But he does it. He does the job you give him. And whenever everything fell apart and the Imperium was falling apart, he is sitting there with his hammer, trying to fix it, and he can't because it's so fucked up.
Man, it's like if everyone just listened to Gilliman, things would have been fine.
Yeah, no, that's accurate. Another fun thing I like about the Dornian heresy, and I don't like the Dornian heresy for a few reasons, but one of the things I do like is that Gilliman didn't even turn to chaos. He literally just said, "I'm just gonna take my Marines and go the fuck home."
Bango, thank you for the follow. Yeah, no, that's a pretty bad take too. Gulliman wouldn't just like up and abandon the Imperium like that.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he wouldn't, but I also kind of like that he didn't turn to chaos. Like, he wouldn't, like, he didn't turn to chaos. He just said, "Nope, Emperor's not doing it right. I can do better," and he just left.
I like how they explain why he could never fall, why he would never join Chaos willingly.
Exactly.
And it's explained in the Coming Storm books that was leading from 7th to 8th edition. Basically, Chaos just has nothing to offer him.
Yep.
Like, Fulgrim has a crown put upon his head where it shows everything that Gilliman could want. And he literally just takes it off, calls Fulgrim a bitch, and says, "You literally offer me nothing."
Fulgrim and I would maybe argue Jagatai are two Primarchs who there is almost nothing Chaos can offer them, which is weird because I don't like the fact that the Khans...
No, Fulgrim. Chaos offered Fulgrim perfection.
Not Fulgrim, Khan. I meant Gilliman and Khan. I didn't mean to say Fulgrim if I said that. I meant Gilliman and Khan.
So the reason, so this also comes back to an understanding of who the fuck the Khan is. The Khan is just more of a person who doesn't want to be told what to do. When he rallied the White Scars Legion, he took them so far out of the way of Galactic Command that essentially he could just go around killing Orc empires, and if he just happened to save people along the way, he happened to save people along the way. Hey, and this comes from a very, very narrow vision of him from everyone else, is that like, oh, well, he would have joined Chaos. He would have joined Chaos. No, he really wouldn't.
There's nothing really the Chaos doesn't really offer him anything.
It's not the fact it's not the fact that they offer him anything. It's what he views. The Khan will never be a slave. Jagatai has always said, "I will not be a slave to another." And when he looked at Mortarion, when he looked at Horus's side, he actively said, "Wow, you're all slaves." And it's fucking sickening looking at you.
Another one of his banger lines when Mortarion is describing it, Jagatai says, "A new emperor," and calls it exactly what it is.
Because that's what Horus was acting like. Horus brought up a good point at the start of the heresy that, like, the Imperium was going to break upon itself. But what was he really doing? Like, he threw away the visage that I am the liberator. Like, 2 years into an 11-year civil war. Like, the facade melted away. And, like, he was no better. And Jagatai saw that. He's like, if he surrounds himself, like, with people like you, Mortarion, God fucking help you. Because he's no better than the man you're fighting. At least the other guy's honest about it.
Yeah. Another thing, I don't like Lorgar.
No one likes
But I
Lorgar.
do, and I do know this. In I think it's mentioned in his primer book. I know it's mentioned in the second book he writes about the demons. Is that basically when you read this, know that all I ever wanted was the truth, and I don't not believe that, but I don't think it's the whole truth either.
So, okay, this also
I
has to
don't
come down to an
not
understanding of
believe
who
him,
the
but I
fuck
don't-
Lorgar is as a person. Lorgar...
Like, I don't believe him when he says that, but I also don't take it as the entirety of his reasoning and his. Yeah.
Okay, so this is my interpretation of Lorgar from reading The First Heretic in any book that Lorgar has participated in. Lorgar is a man who cannot accept the consequences of his actions. He cannot be the bad guy in his head. He cannot be the villain. Lorgar does not worship the gods because gods need to be worshipped. He worships the gods to put blame somewhere else. He is the kind of guy who will say, "Oh, it's not my fault I'm torturing you. The gods told me to do it. It's not my fault that I have to do this. The gods told me to do it." Or if we go further back, "This is the Emperor's will. Why don't you just bow before him? Or I'll burn your fucking house down."
I feel like part of that, maybe like half of that, comes from his adoptive father and how he acted.
It increasingly comes from Corferon's abuse. But
that may be a part of Lorgar's personality.
By the way,
exacerbated
chat, if you ever read Lorgar books, trigger warning for parental abuse. Trigger warning. All the trigger warnings for Lorgar's books.
Corferon Corferon is arguably fights the Emperor for the worst dad mug.
Arguably,
and
yes.
The Emperor makes a lot of mistakes.
But when we're looking at Lorgar's crimes itself, Lorgar is the worst kind of person you could ever meet because they use their religion to justify their horrific actions. Lorgar has to put blame somewhere else because he can't handle the idea that he isn't good, that he isn't right. He can't handle it. So, we saw what happened when, the Emperor rebuked him. Instead of looking inward and going, "Oh shit, I really fucked up," what did he do?
He deemed that the Emperor was not a god worthy of worship. It wasn't his fault. The Emperor wasn't worthy of him. Some along those lines, at least.
Congratulations, you have solved the mystery of Lorgar within 5 seconds of understanding him just through him speaking. Lorgar is such a horrific piece of shit that in his very book, The First Heretic, a demon gleefully tells him what is going to happen to what's his name? What's that one warbear's name that I actually like?
Argyle Tal.
Argyle, yeah. Argyle Tal and his 100 men that are on board a ship.
I like.
When this demon tells him exactly what's going to happen, tells him they will suffer, they will know pain, only 10 of them will come back. Lorgar smiles gleefully and says, "Then so be it." 100 of his sons pretty much go to die for no reason other than his selfish desire to worship something so that way he doesn't have to feel like a dick. And when he tells Angron, "I'm going to save him," he isn't saving him. He's giving him to a crueler master than the Emperor ever was. The Emperor at least had the common fucking courtesy to not give Angron a leash. to just say, fuck it, let him die doing what he loves. Or what I presume he loves. The Emperor never learned what Angron wanted, but when we learn what Angron wanted, it's fucking sad.
He wanted to die a warrior, not live
It's
as
not
a
just
slave.
it's not just that he wanted to die a warrior. Angron is comparable to Anakin Skywalker. Not in power, but in philosophy. Where he wanted to see the slaves freed. He had the power to do it. But he didn't have the means. So imagine that. You are a man with the power to crack open a tank by punching it. But you fail at the apex of the moment because the warriors you're fighting with are broken, tired, demoralized, and have nothing left to live for. And then your brother comes along, says, I can save you. You tell him to fuck off, and he does it anyway. And hands your soul over to Khorne, who is one of the cruelest chaos gods I've ever seen in my life. Yeah,
The
no,
only
say what
man
you want about
Khorne
Nurgle,
ever
Tzeentch, and
liked was
Slaanesh.
Khorne.
No, Khorne.
Nurgle somewhat cares about his demons. That's kind of his whole shtick.
Yeah, the Khorne. He's the cruelest of them all.
Khorne has canonically cared for one person in his life, or whatever you call it life. That is apparently Khorne, because, and I don't know if this is canon or true, apparently Khorne has a separate pile of skulls that specifically come from Khorne the Betrayer.
Yes.
Yep, that is true. And it's not. That's not a care. That's not a care. We need to really change that wording there. He doesn't care for Khorne. It's just that Khorne is his greatest champion.
Yeah.
If someone else comes and outdoes Khorne, he'll toss Khorne aside.
Yeah.
Khorne is useful to Khorne. It's why Khorne favors him. He is a useful tool. And that's like something that I really want people to understand about 40K. There is very little love in 40K. The most genuine connection you will ever get from 40K is Gulliman and his adoptive mother.
Mm-hmm. That is the most genuine.
It is the most genuine conversations you will ever read in 40K. Because Gulliman actually respects his mom's wisdom and authority. And when he goes to talk to her, he does not refer to her by her first name. He does not refer to her as title. He refers to her as mother. You are my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And that is like one of the saddest things that is in the recent Gulliman books, where Gulliman misses her wisdom. He misses her counsel. He actively says, I wish you were here, because I need you now more than ever.
There is a close second to the closest thing to care we have in 40K, and I would say Vulcan, in his existence, he is the way at least I have understood him is that he is heavily empathetic to the people, and to a lot of people, not just to humans. The joke is always, he murdered an Eldar child. He felt horrible about it afterwards because he got angry, and the minute he had a clear head, he felt fucking horrible about it, and he hated that he did that.
Mm-hmm.
It does not excuse it, but it does show that this man cares a lot for just about everyone, except for maybe orcs. But then again, orcs don't really exist to care. Orcs exist to burn and make funny memes.
Vulcan is a very tough Primarch because they write him really weirdly. He is someone that... He is a person that tries to see the good in everything. And regularly comes up short. But when push comes to shove, he will fuck someone up.
Yeah.
Like Conrad
And-
Kurz, for example. Yeah, like, he fucks
Again,
Conrad up.
My favorite line from Vulcan to Conrad, when Conrad says, "You can't leave via that teleporter," and Vulcan says, "You're right. It is a teleporter. I made it to leave to escape fight, but you forget it's also a fucking hammer," and then proceeds to beat Conrad into the ground with it. It's my favorite
Help!
Vulcan moment.
Help! Help!
That's what made me fall in love with Vulcan. It's like, yes, that right there.
Then you realize
That
some of
is
his
what I
books
want
are the
more
most
of.
boring books out there, and that makes me so sad.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, this is the base moment, and this is the only good moment. Vulcan is what I wish the Tau would have been. I wish the Tau would have been kept as optimistic, and you can have them as that idea of their optimism and idealism keeps falling short. You can have books like that where that sort of thing, the galaxy keeps proving that no, that's not how this works, and they keep beating them. And the point is that you can either have it go two ways: either they keep that optimism and it improves, and they work to improve the galaxy and it gets better, or they get browbeaten into being like everyone else. And you could have played it out of the way, and I hate the fact they skipped that. They needed that, and they haven't done Vulcan right by it, so they can't use him for it.
No, you can't have the only good race in 40K. That's boring.
No, it's not.
No, it
Like-
leads to a
You can
dichotomy.
tell good.
And it doesn't
The
lead to
closest thing we
fucking the
get-
only good guy being a racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, come on. The goodest faction can't be also racist. Can we not just have old Tau back where they were idealistic?
Yeah,
You can
like,
still have them get browbeaten into being like they are now. It can be a whole story. That's a character arc. You just fast forward it because you're all bad people who can't stand the idea of the fact that the Imperium is bad. Not all of you, but the ones who bitched about it.
Oh, Fulmite, you have a
Yeah.
Star Wars hot take? Sorry, I just looked up.
I do,
Oh!
and it
interesting.
involves the recent Bad Batch episodes. Not the one that came
Oh.
out this week, but the previous two.
yeah.
What's
for
your
it,
fucking
please.
hot take? I'm
Oh,
ready.
really good.
The entire debate that's around the pension for the clones is the exact same debate for reparations for the descendants of enslaved people.
What?
Except for the clones, they're getting their reparations for the war right away.
Did you not watch Kenobi?
I did not.
They don't get shit.
Yeah. They literally are left to die.
No, so okay.
Clone-
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Sorry, the hot take was that those are the exact same conversation, just in a different light of when it takes place.
It's also more centered around soldiers, veterans of war, the actual victims of, like, the people that
Yeah, the
participated,
actual-
died, and fought your war.
Yeah,
The other
soldiers
half of
are
the victims of a war.
Yeah.
There are two victims: veteran fighters and non-combatants. And we
Yep.
usually only ever hear about the non-combatants. We don't ever hear about the ones who did the fighting.
And
The clones were slaves.
there is no argument about that.
No, there isn't.
When you
So
watch,
they
so
all-
like, chat, if you ever watch like Star Wars: The Clone Wars, pay attention to how these senators that are not Bail Organa, Padme Amidala, or their friends talk about the clones. Everyone.
One of the first episodes where Plo Koon gets ambushed, one of the first lines his soldier says to him, and I quote, is, "We're clones. We're made to be expendable." And Plo Koon utters the greatest lines ever, "Not to me." That is a minority opinion in the Republic.
A huge
General Krell
minority.
was proof of that.
The the clones are the greatest victims in all of Star Wars because they were programmed to be expendable. And like the most recent Bad Batch episode really shows that like Palpatine had a way of getting rid of them.
Yep.
It is mortifying. Yeah, like Fall Might is not wrong. Fall Might is incredibly not wrong. It's just it's a little bit more layer. It has a little bit more extra layers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just slave reparations. It's soldier reparations too. You can
Yeah.
wrap it all up in that too. So no,
Yeah.
Fall Might, good take.
Very good take.
Based. Though I gotta say, the most recent episode of Bad Batch, oh my god, I loved it.
I have not watched the most.
I will
recent
not
I
one.
spoil
loved
it.
it
I will
too.
not spoil it. But it's an. I'm just gonna say this. It's an Echo and Omega focused episode. It's good.
Wait, Omega and Echo.
Not Echo. Sorry. Tech.
Tech.
Tech, our boy.
Okay, because I was very confused because I don't want to spoil the previous
No.
episode.
I understand the confusion. I apologize.
Like, I really hope we see more of Rex because I'm very interested in Rex's story arc, and every time he has shown up between now and Star Wars Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
What you mean,
My favorite scene in all Star Wars Rebels. Wow, you really do shoot like a stormtrooper. Ah, it's this helmet. I can't see anything. Whips it down the hallway.
And he
And
hits
then
the
Tracy-
stormtrooper with it.
You know what?
And he hits the stormtrooper.
Bottom dollar. Yeah, I bet you my bottom dollar. If some stormtroopers took off their helmets, they'd start shooting a lot better.
They would.
That helmet was so poorly designed. Right. I do have a semi-hot take, and I think I just forgot it. Shit. Fuck. Oh yes, I remember now. In my opinion, the Sith as they are written are boring for one reason. We have seen that they can be written in multiple different ways, specifically in the MOBA, the massive multiplayer.
Knights of the Old Republic.
where we have-
SWOTOR.
Yeah, that's where we have the two factions of not SWOTOR, the Knights
Knights of the Old
BioWare
Republic.
one. Yeah, well, we have two factions of Sith. We have the classic evil hand-wringing rule of two Sith, who literally their greatest enemy is themselves, and then we have the other half for the Sith, where they are basically lawfully they're smart. They don't shoot their subordinates for making one mistake when they're still competent. They are a legitimate threat to the Republic because they are not actively working against themselves, and I think that is a much better written version of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
I get why people like the rule of two. I understand that. I do not like it. I believe it is overused. I would much rather have this other version of the Sith where they are a competent, deadly threat, and the Jedi have to contend with that and cannot
Yeah.
rely on the fact that the Sith will self-destruct themselves.
Yeah.
That is the only reason why the Jedi won for so long. The Sith would basically self-destruct themselves.
Another Sith Empire rose up. Give it a week.
I
Yeah,
only,
exactly.
Are we
The
talking
only
about
reason
murder?
The Empire
We-
lasted as long
Hey.
as
I would like.
was the
the rule of two. I'm saying that now. I hate the rule of two. Oh, yeah. I hate the rule of two.
How do you do this?
Sith. Because like it's flawed. It's very flawed.
It's meant to be.
like I said,
Murder.
the Sith
What's up, Emerald?
as they are.
Hi, Emerald.
I heard you had some good news.
What news?
Apparently there was good
This
news.
is my fault.
When?
When you mentioned it when we were playing Minecraft.
Oh, that's how you get the secret ending. Cool.
She might have forgotten, but
The secret? Was there a secret?
Uh,
No.
interview? I'm gonna have
Yeah,
an
that.
interview.
Oh, okay. Good for you.
Yeah.
Happy noises.
Very happy spider noises.
Also, hydrate, motherfuckers!
I've been hydrating. I've been
I
drinking.
have as
Stop!
well. I've been having water all day. That also
Robot
includes
Master.
your
I respond. Robot Master. Robot Master. I respond with, Cosmos. That's how you make your Star Wars archetype. Boom.
What?
There's a Star Wars archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh called Cosmo.
Oh, cool.
They are based
Oh.
off of They are based off of Star Wars with mixed in with the Wizard of Oz.
I will say, my favorite Sith from the World 2 era, Darth Vectivus.
I have no idea who that is.
Was he the one before Palpatine?
He was one. He was the only Sith that didn't want to fuck up the galaxy. He owned a mine, died peacefully with his family and friends. Like he just
Then he wasn't a Sith, was he? Then he wasn't
He
really
was.
a Sith, and he didn't want to like.
he was a Sith,
hang on,
but
hang on.
he wasn't. He was more of a gray Jedi form of
Then
the
he's
Sith.
not a. Okay, hang on. No,
He was a Sith
you can
Lord.
be a dark side Force user, but not be a Sith. A Sith is a certain mindset. Like you can be a light side Force user and not be a Jedi. It's a mindset
Yeah,
over a.
I
And so
understand
if,
that. But like,
if this,
in
if
the
this
lore,
Sith didn't want to conquer the galaxy or grow strong like that, then was he a real Sith?
Ah!
Fuck, what's going on?
You know, okay. I learned about this on TikTok, and I guess this is my hot take. Any saber user that does not use Tricata is way too proud to be fighting.
Oh, you mean the one
Isn't
where
that
like they
one
flick the
you turn off
lightsabers
the
off?
lightsaber and turn it back on?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Jedi consider you a bitch, and the Sith consider you a coward. And then the people who
the
actually
Sith
learned it
consider-
are like, "Motherfucker, I'm
It's
winning."
really effective. Yeah, the Sith consider you a cowardly bitch, and the Jedi consider you a dishonorable liar.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't
I'm
matter,
going to
I'm
be
winning.
a four-armed,
No,
four-sabered.
no.
I'm going to do it.
My
It takes
argument to you. I played a Star Wars RPG once, and my character had that fighting style. And his argument to anyone who always was, he would pull out a data pad with his win-loss record, and the joke was that he had so many wins using this. Like, look at all these W's that mean your opinion does not matter. If you want to fight about it, we can fight about it. Every one of these W's wanted to fight about how I use my fighting style, and look what I got them.
Oh, you're going to teach me how
You
to
also
properly
make-
fight.
He would also make shitty puns. His favorite one being, he's been disarmed.
I get it. Shut up, Nappa.
yeah.
Exactly.
Here's
Fucking
how
nap.
I would just do it. Oh, you're going to teach me how to really fight like a Jedi? Nah, I'm just going to go for stabs and keep turning it off and on.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I'm going to do.
I mean, that lightsaber form, it's Tricata?
Tricata, yeah.
Dracata.
Tricata, like, it makes,
It's
when fighting a lightsaber,
Where do you go?
But think about it. If Kenobi, or I forget who it was, whoever was fighting Darth Maul, just think how much
Uh,
of an
Kenobi. Kenobi and
Qui-Gon
Qui-Gon.
Jinn.
Yeah, just think how much of an easier time they would have had.
yeah. Another thing I would do if I were a Force user, I'd I'd carry a slug gun.
I think
A what?
everybody's missing the understand a fundamental point of Jedi beliefs and fundamentals.
Oh, I understand. Please.
Just use blasters at point blank with the Force.
Not a
Robot,
blaster.
no!
It's a slug.
Okay, he keeps cutting the fuck out.
Well, yeah, slug thrower. It's basically just a gun, so it's not a blaster. So loophole.
Huh.
Because you can't block cereal.
Who knew that lizards were so nostalgic?
I mean, come on. Mix Tricato with a slug thrower. I can just keep turning off and on my lightsaber, and when I get close enough, I can just the 9.
Hey, hey, 6-2, where's the data? Don't worry, sir, I hit it. Well, where is it? You don't want to know. Okay, squad, we're moving on. Oh my god, Republic Commando was so good.
Oh, yeah.
Got a stand
I
done?
still need to finish that game.
The boss, is your point whoever the Force likes? No, so... Ah! Fuck! Okay, that is a complete fundamental misunderstanding of how the Force works. The Force does not decide who wins. It comes down to skill. It comes down to how exhausted the person is. By the way, this argument that Rey and fucking Finn should have never been able to beat Kylo, fucking garbage take. Everyone, we watched the movie. What happened to Kylo before he fought Rey?
Tired.
No, I'm gonna go through the list of events here. I'm gonna go through the list of events. Killed his dad. He is not in the best mental state right now. Took a bowcaster to the stomach. Now, I don't know if we all watched the same movie, but I watched that same bowcaster launch a guy 5 feet. He took that, though from range, he took a shot from a Wookiee bowcaster. That fucking hurts. The man was actively bleeding in the middle of a frozen forest who had just gotten through fighting a guy. So, any Star Wars person that comes up to you and says that Rey should have never beat Kylo, tell them politely and kindly to fuck off, because their point is so fucking stupid. That, like, they've missed the movie. They weren't watching nor paying attention. They were sitting there going, why is the main character a girl? The entire movie. Rey did not beat Kylo Ren because she's a fucking Mary Sue. She beat him, not even. They got separated because Poe blew up the fucking Starkiller base. It wasn't a win or a loss. It was, I literally held on for dear life. Because, guess what? Kylo was working through the pain. Every time he did this, he was trying to put pain somewhere else. So that way he could stop focusing on the wound.
I mean, I don't like Kylo because I don't think he was an effective Sith, but I do agree. The man was tough.
Kylo... Oh my
I may not have liked him because I feel like I didn't like Kylo for a few reasons, but like I agree, the man took a Wookiee bowcaster to the chest, and in lore, them things take off arms when they hit on a glancing blow.
They are not fun weapons to get hit by.
That is like getting hit with a 50 cal in real life right now. Like, you are missing limbs, and he took it to the stomach like a Chad. I'll give him. I don't like Kylo Ren as a character, but I will give him credit. He can stand with toughness on several Sith Lords.
Wasn't it also on high power too?
I have no idea if it was on high power or not, and does it really matter if you're getting hit with a high power bowcaster or not?
It's basically getting hit the difference between hitting with a 308 and a 50 cal.
Yeah.
Chewie was essentially going for the kill, and he tanked it. I'll give him credit for that. Like both will kill you, but Chewie wanted to get that extra. This gonna hurt.
Oh.
I do think it's funny though.
Okay, Angron is built mostly.
I don't like Kylo. I think he was overall not a great Sith Lord.
Well, he wasn't a Sith
But
Lord.
that's
He was his
my
own
preference.
thing.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was his own thing.
He tried really hard to be a Sith Lord and failed at it.
Yeah, so
That was
like
the
if
first movie, at
anybody,
least.
if fucking anybody comes and bitches at you that Kylo Ren should have won that fight, he did!
He did.
It's literally the planet split apart!
The
Fucker
worst you
won!
can call it is a draw.
It's like, the best
Now,
you can call it is a draw, yeah.
Like, yeah.
He
Now,
fucking...
granted, like, he got shot in the stomach with a bowcaster. The planet was falling apart. He had just got done fighting against friggin' Finn, who with no lightsaber training was at least semi-competent with the thing. And then had to fight someone else who was a Force user, and apparently, if I remember correctly from lore, Force users are naturally good at using lightsabers, just because space magic. Like, no, that is at
All right,
to Kyle, that is at worst a draw.
I'm gonna call it end to the stream here. I will not be streaming tomorrow because I am having company over and I am making a special dish for them. So I have to put all my focus on that tomorrow. But I will happily see you beautiful bastards, non-binary pals, and cute gals. And that, in fact, hold on, I'm gonna redo this. You handsome bastards, you beautiful gals, you sexy non-binary hoes. I wish you all a fantastic night. Stay safe, friends. Do not do the die.
Let me see on your nose. Let me see up your nose. Let me see up your nose.